We're here to thank God for His infinite blessings on us, not only individually, but as a group. We're here to thank God for our party and for our country. We're here to thank God for seeing us through a successful presidential primary. Indeed, God has been good to us since 2016, after we lost the last election. I remember post the election loss, morale was very low in our party, and everybody in the party was dispirited. We had just emerged from the election and things hadn't gone well, and our party had gone into what I call the blame game mode. Everybody else was to blame for the party's loss except ourselves. And so there was a lot of acrimony and finger pointing. I came at a time and I said that as the general who led the army into battle, I accept blame for our loss. And so the finger pointing should stop. I want to thank our party executives, the outgone executives, and also the new executives for the level-headedness that was displayed from 2016 to date. The outgone executive promptly set up what we call the Kwesibochwe Committee, whose reports contained the opinions and grievances of our party supporters across the length and breadth of our country. All over the country, our supporters and stakeholders were called and asked to vent and give their opinion of what went wrong. All these were compiled into a report which was presented to the National Executive. And I must commend the outgone executive and the new executive for consistently continuing to implement the recommendations that were made by that committee after it had gone round the whole country. Since then, we have held successful branch elections, probably the most successful branch elections ever held in our party. If you see the quality and caliber of people who stood as polling station branch executives, then it gives you hope that the NDC party has a bright future. We held constituency elections, very competitive elections. Then after that, we held regional elections. They were also very competitive. And last November, by the grace of God, we held our National Congress, and we successfully elected our new national officers, many of whom are here with us this morning. The climax of all this reorganization is the presidential primaries that we held almost a week ago, in which, by the grace of God, I emerged as the winner. I want to take the opportunity to thank my colleague aspirants for their graciousness in calling me the same night after the results were declared and congratulating me and assuring that they continue to remain committed members of the party and that they will work hard for the party. Indeed, their competition brought out the best in us. And I've said and I'll say again that if they had not stood, it would have meant that one candidate would have been declared unopposed. And it would not have engendered the kind of competition and journeys around the country, meeting our grassroots supporters in all corners of this country. That would not have happened if there was no competition. And so I think that that primary and the competition that took place has brought out the best in the NDC party. And we thank God for that. All across the country, I found our branch executives more determined and energized before to work hard for the party and work hard for victory in the year 2020. I want to take this opportunity to thank the Almighty God for Journey's mercies. In the last 3 or 4 months, myself and my colleague aspirants have crisscrossed this country. In the course of the presidential primary campaign, I've been to every part of this country. There's no part of this country I did not go to. Visited all the 275 constituencies in this country. And this was done successfully without even a single hair on anybody's skin in my convoy being affected. We went and came thousands of kilometers, and everybody did so safely without any injury or without any casualty. It can only be God's mercy that put us through this.